So could you break it down for us, because your portfolio has packaged drinking water, there's carbonated water, there's also like you said the jars, the larger jars. So in that sense, could you break it down for us, which part of the business has the most amount of contribution from
I would say water itself is our largest chunk of business. Others are sub 10% at this point in time. So one of the objectives during this entire vision period is to get that sub 10% segment, which is both Vedika and the carbonated beverages, about 10% contribution to the business, number one. Number two, also we see
so your packaged drinking water makes for about 80 to 90%.
90% of the business today. Okay, but as we go forward, we would want the other segment to start contributing big in terms of volumes. Even within packaged drinking water, we have identified potential SKUs, which could be runaway winners. And there are some experiments we are doing with SKU sizes. And there have been dramatic learnings for us, for a 50-year-old company, that you put your heart and soul behind a particular SKU and drive it hard, it can just exponentially grow. So we see that as well, and we are targeting specific channels, specific consumption occasions, and driving it hard.
Right. We just want to touch upon different SKUs like you mentioned. Which one is the most high selling one, and also as the CEO of the company, which product is your favorite?
I mean, it's almost like asking your father which child is your favorite. All SKUs are my favorite.
Right.
Because I believe that every SKU or every brand in our portfolio has a specific role to play. And there is a consumer reason for that SKU to exist. So I need to cater to
So
the
which
consumer.
one's doing the best?
The largest volume is obviously the 1 liter pack.
1 liter pack.
Which is the universal pack in many sense. In terms
in
of
your tenure, how much has it grown, would you say?
I wouldn't
from those
like
levels,
to disclose, let's say 50% more than the previous growths.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Speaking of, the carbonated business right now, Campa Cola has been introduced in the market, and the Bisleri carbonated business is, like you said, sub 10% of the overall portfolio. How do you see it growing? And I'm sure you want better penetration in terms of cold drinks being sold in the market for Bisleri. How do you see it growing henceforth, and what's the strategy like? And there's this sort of price war that we can see right now in the market. How are you going to compete with these sort of options available?
We have actually been incubating this category for the last few years.
Yes.
So we've been playing around with price points to understand what price points are relevant, and will give you that penetration level. So we got pack sizes at starting at 10 rupee price point onwards, which I think is critical in a market like India, where you require penetration to happen and sampling to happen. So that's going to be a very large chunk of business by itself. So I think more players coming into the category, more noise is nice, because category will start growing, and that's what it has done to the brands and the categories.
Correct. You have in the carbonated business currently, you have spicy, you have Fonzo, you have limonata. How do you plan to increase the market share going forward, and which regions are you targeting so far?
Limonata has been a great success, because in this category, if you really look at it, it's about the taste profile of your drink and your network in terms of distribution and presence at the point of purchase, which really matter. As we speak, we are in the process of rolling out a few more brands in carbonated beverages, which you will start seeing it in the next few months. In fact, one of them has just been produced yesterday. So in the next week, it will hit the market, and a few more. So I don't want to disclose the name, maybe you will see it in the market.
So it's going to be something different than the three
different
that we've
flavors.
done?
Absolutely, different flavors.
One of them is just a new one, right?
A new one.
Okay, all right.